there's a lot of work I think that individuals need to be working on at this time. Checking in with unresolved issues, maybe even some karmic work or whatever that might need to be done.
Warns us that we need to really put attention to ourselves right now and our energy. It says we must not be our own worst enemy by tying ourselves up in negative thoughts, self-talk, or negative cycles. That number 20 might be important here as well.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our channel called the Three of Pentacles. We call the Three of Pentacles because we're 3 tarot card readers, and we like to read on world events and hot topics and a lot of other things. We also do personal readings and energy healing. So if you need any energy healing, because a lot of people are looking for answers these days, they're trying to feel better. If you need any of that, please reach out to us. We will not reach out to you. You can look down in the description and get our contact information. We'll be more than happy to help you out. I would like to introduce my 2 Woo sisters, Lynn and Kyla.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
And my name is Barbara. And we like to read all these things for entertainment. But not only for entertainment, we like to do it for educational purposes as well, because sometimes we do go into things that like history, hidden history, and we go into politics. So it's not just for entertainment, although we like laughing and playing around, but we go deep. So we're pretty serious when we get these things done. And now this video is for our 2-week energy pool. We're going to see what we can expect for the next 2 weeks. For the whole, for everybody, not just for us, but for everybody.
Yeah.
So this is like a personal reading for everybody.
We had some really interesting readings in the last couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah.
I know. And you know what? That's really something that you said that kind of because I felt a couple of things that I felt in the last 2-week reading that we did. For example, like the Faux Nemika and the Lovers and the 8 of Swords and the Knight of Swords. They kind of, all 4 of those just kind of jumped out to me because it's kind of like what I felt is that we're probably going to soon experience someone in the public eye who's going to somebody that's apparently considered really good intentions with good intentions, that may catch us. It might come out of the blue and might scandalize us. That's what I kind of got last week. Like cards can be read in different ways, but that's what I got when I felt it. Because whenever you read cards, you just get what you feel. Right. You look at the cards, you get what you feel. So it can be read in different ways. Now the clock card feels like kind of like time is flying or slipping away. Maybe you're running out of time for that person that's supposed to unpleasantly surprise us. And the Chariot underneath the clock, maybe that's the Chariot usually is somebody or something that comes in fast and furious, but it also can be military. So it could be a military type of person that we tend to look up to, that's going to be coming out in the public eye.
It kind of reminded me of like time is running out fast almost, or it's slipping away quickly, and maybe for the not so good side, hopefully.
Yeah. In fact, that's what I was there. That's exactly what I felt like. It's flying, like time is flying.
Yeah.
It's like slipping away.
Yeah.
Or maybe the time is running out for that type of person that's supposed to be coming out. But we'll keep our eyes open for that. And I looked at the Gardens and the 4 of Coins. This could be revealing some financial news maybe coming in for the masses, because that Garden kind of gives me tranquility and you're resting and you're chilling. The Disappearing Ghost with the King of Wands beneath. See, that brings me back to that public person that might, let's say, betray the public. Maybe he or she might be revealed and then have to leave the world scene. That's kind of, that's a little interesting, that card right there. Now the Creator / Destroyer card, that could possibly be the effect that we'll experience once that person is gone, once that person leaves the world scene. So it also says disidentification.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll take their mask off in front of the world. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from these
with
cards.
the Enemy card just above the 8 of Swords, I'm seeing the energy of the dark forces at work trying to keep your power from rising inside of you. This energy has been around for some time now, and I believe it's because of the continued awakening that's happening right now. On the other hand, it also warns us that we need to really put attention to ourselves right now and our energy. It says we must not be our own worst enemy by tying ourselves up in negative thoughts, self-talk, or negative cycles. This could also be because of negative information coming at us, like Barbara was saying, on the world stage with the Knight of Swords. The Lover's card indicates the importance of making good personal choices based on good information, but it also points at politics and information coming out on the world stage that further serves to cause anxiety, stress, and negativity on humanity. With the number 38 card, I get the sense of feeling vulnerable, chained by time and space. Someone here is reflecting and hesitant to jump into that water. But in the water are lotus flowers and even a dragonfly, symbolizing the cycle of life, rebirth, new potential, and even positivity. The number 38 reduces to the number 11, which signals a portal, duality, connectedness to the divine, and that bridge that allows us to use our insight and intuition. So we also see the number 6 in that number 28 card. So it gives us a sense of a nurturing and balancing aspect also coming in, that this might be needed at this time. This specific Chariot card gives me the need to get things moving while accepting that duality, because we have the light and the dark within the horses there. And with the clouds, it's as if he doesn't know where he is going, but he's getting there through faith. And this added to the Destroyer, Creator card further adds to that Chariot card in that the concept of duality again comes up, because we have the power to transform any energy and change it at our will. So I think it's drawing our attention to our personal power. The Garden card, which is the number 20 card in the Lenormand deck, is about public spaces, both literal and online, or things that are in the public eye. So as Barbara was saying, maybe something is going to come up with a political figure or someone, that we've been seeing in the cards for a while now. And maybe it's been happening, and I don't think we pay a lot of attention to the news at times, right? So maybe we have missed some of the events in the political stage. But with the Four of Pentacles just below, and the card that says something is about to slip through your hands, I'm getting temporary setbacks that are physical in nature and likely tied to finances, as Barbara also said. I'm, however, getting intuitively that this could be sporadic, temporary, and although it can create a lot of emotions, it's asking us to keep an eye on things and use our third eye vision, our intuition, and our spiritual connectedness that comes with that King of Wands here, now and going into the future. So let's look out for any news about financial events or things happening that we've been talking about for a while now, because we think a lot of things have been happening in the background. We've been seeing little pockets of this all throughout the world. And just going back to that number 20 card with the Garden, that can also point to 20 hours, 20 weeks, 20 days, or the 20th of the month. So something about that number 20 might be important here as well. Lynn, what did you get?
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think, something that's hidden from the public is going to come out, with that 4 in the guard in the park. I think kind of the center, the girl with the clock and the chariot and the creator destroyer, there's a lot of work I think that individuals need to be working on at this time. Checking in with unresolved issues, maybe even some karmic work or whatever that might need to be done. The transformation, we're all in the middle of a huge transformation, and it may be coming along a lot quicker than people were ready for it to with the Chariot card, and that does leave you vulnerable and with the sense of feeling like we don't have time. Time has been strange the last few weeks. We've heard JC and Janine talk about time, and it's like, how does it go by so fast? Or all of a sudden it just seems like it's dragging along. So I think there's stuff with time involved as well. But I think during the next 2 weeks, it'll be a good idea to really work on yourself, probably stay grounded as well. Because if we are bombarded with a lot of stuff coming out, you're going to need to stay grounded, and protection too, obviously. So.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I
well,
can't even
well said.
believe that we're almost into September already. It
I
seems like
know.
just the other day we started 2025.
I know. Exactly.
Yeah. There's a song about that. You know what that song is, Lynn, right?
Which song?
Time keeps on slipping,
Oh, so,
slipping, slipping
is that
into the future.
is that the Eagles or was that
That,
who
that
was
was
that?
somebody else, yeah. Time keeps on slipping into the future.
Yeah.
They were already ahead of their time, that group. Because that song must be, what, 40 years old or something like that. It was
Oh,
way before we were born.
Mm.
hold on. I'm gonna find out who sang that. Fly Like an Eagle. Steve Miller Band. It
Steve
was
Miller
Fly Like
Band,
an
yeah.
Eagle. Fly Like an
Fly
Eagle.
like an eagle, yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
like that. Fly like an
Yep.
eagle. Yeah, so everybody kind of like look out for, watch out for time. I was watching a video the other day about time, and this guy he did a video on time, and he asked everybody in the comments if they feel like for some reason they have less time in the day,
Yep.
or if time is going by really, really fast. Probably what Janine and Jean-Claude was talking about.
Yep.
We're talking about Janine and Jean-Claude over there at Beyond Mystic. They're on
Yep.
Beyond Mystic on Rumble, and you all can check them out. That's how we met. So that we always kind of look at them and see what they're talking about. Yeah, so keep an eye out for
I
that.
think the other thing too is we see time differently than everybody else around the universe and multiverses, wherever you want to go. Like when we're asking the universe, we know that time is different for them. So it's hard for us to read time with tarot cards and everything else from that perspective. And I think we're going to find out time was set up to constrain us more into this matrix too. So
Yeah, and somebody could be fooling around with time too
yeah,
because of
absolutely.
that thing that's in what was that called, CERN?
Yeah, yeah.
Who knows if that's really real, that whole black hole thing. I think we read on that, or we should read on that. We'll be reading on that. That's a whole different
I
video.
there is a town, and I can't remember, but it's up like towards Iceland and stuff, and they don't use clocks or anything. There is no time, which would be so cool.
Really is something if they're able to
Oh,
live
and they're like
without.
people are out mowing their lawns at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. What would be but they're not constrained by the time, which was
I wonder
awesome.
what their circadian rhythm is like. Their sleeping patterns and
It's probably fabulous
hormones.
because they're not on any time constraint.
Stressful time constraints, yeah.
Exactly. Like, oh my God, I got to get to sleep and I got to do this. Well, I can't find it right now. Not
Yeah,
gonna be quick
that'd be
enough.
interesting to see how it is
Yeah.
with their hormones, and maybe it's a whole different thing. But
There-
that's a whole different video right there, huh?
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So that's the energy that we have for the next 2 weeks. You'll look out for time, and maybe look out for somebody that's going to be revealing themselves. That we got that in the last 2 weeks, and you can do some personal work, just like Lynn said, and we'll all try to do that. We'll all
So
try to do
let's
that.
see what the energy comes across as for the next 2 weeks. And we want to wish you all a lovely 2 weeks ahead. I hope everyone is doing well. Please comment below. What have you been feeling? What is the energy coming across in your life? And what is going on?
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you. And what did you see in these cards as well? If you saw something different.
That's awesome, and you can go ahead and tell them where we can be seen, found, and heard.
All right, so we are on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, and Facebook. So we'd love if you would join us there. There are some topics that are a little bit touchy, so they only go on Rumble. So be sure that you are also subscribed over there as well. All right, now remember, we will never contact you first for anything. So please beware of scammers.
All right, thank you for watching.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you so much. Bye everyone.